Hello and welcome to this week's See You Next Thursday, and today it's Sport Billy and Seamus with me, Ed One. So hello Billy and Seamus, how are you two today?
I'm fine, thank you, and good afternoon to everyone who's listening, if there is anyone listening, of course.
Not yet. Seamus, you there, mate?
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, good day. Top of the morning, like I have to say. I'm contractually obliged to say top of the morning.
I know. Well, we have to have you have to have a token Irishman when we have, and as Bazza isn't here, you're having to play the role, I'm afraid, mate. Apparently,
Yeah, and I'm really disappointed. I'm really disappointed that we started this before I could slip my joke in.
Oh, mate. Do you want to slip it? Do you want to? Maybe I should say that a different
No, not safe for work. No, these are not safe for work.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, we'll wait until you tell us afterwards then, mate. Right. So where we're going to start then? I suppose we'll have to start with the World Cup, won't we?
Yeah, it's a big event, yeah.
Have you been enjoying it, Seamus?
Yeah, I've been enjoying every second of it.
Have you?
Every 10 seconds that I've watched.
Oh, right. Right.
I've got fed up with it, to be honest with you. A bit too much overkill. 4 games a day, it's getting a bit much, and I started watching the first few games, and then it's just been overkill. The football hasn't been great, to be fair, but I've been interested in England obviously, because I'm English, but as regards most of the teams, I haven't really been that interested in watching the neutral games. I don't think it's been that type of great World Cup up to now. I don't think the quality's been there, but that might just be me.
There was a load of talk about how great the games were last night. I think it was last night.
Yeah, there was a couple of good games last night. I seen bits
the
of.
night before. That might have been Serbia and was it Ghana? Cameroon, Ghana. I can't remember now who it was.
Yeah. But it's all a bit overkill, isn't it, with the television? I know you don't get much television over there, Trish, but it's been on constantly 4 games a day, and it's a bit too much, if you ask me.
It's pay-per-view here, so you know, you're lucky to have.
Yeah, it's not like Chris is living somewhere so obscure that he doesn't have
TV. I know. The way you
it's cheap.
I know we don't have hot showers and I'm not sleeping in the tent, mate. Still got a TV. Actually, tell the truth, I haven't actually got a TV, but that's beside the point. I've got. So you got a point. I don't have much TV because I don't actually have a TV. Yeah.
You watch it online, Trish?
Well, I would do if it was worth watching. It's just I've got to be honest. I'm struggling to get any interest in this World Cup at all. None of the teams. It's just not exciting, is it? It doesn't grab your attention like previous ones.
No, it doesn't actually, Trish.
And everything you read is people moaning about lack of atmosphere, stuff like that. I mean, it's in Qatar. I've seen Qatari football, and there's like 30 men in the stands. Even when they signed Xavi for one of the Qatari Star League teams, and they had this big thing, this big hype about them and that, and they were building it up and saying about how they got record crowds and that. But they would they'd focus on just like 5 people in a knot, and then they did one quick, when they were showing the match, but you could see in the background. There wasn't a fucking person in the stands. There must have been those 5 people. Must have been the only people there.
Yeah.
The Qataris just don't go to football.
No. It was just a joke that it was never allowed to be there, but that's in the past now.
Correct.
Yeah,
we all know that.
Yeah. but trying to look past that, there's too many side issues with the game, with the. That thing about not allowing sin, that have the rainbow logo on, not having armbands, not letting people in the ground, same-sex people, it's it's all been a bit nasty for me. But, some of the football has been watchable, but very much overkill for me. Very much too many games in a short space of time, and not great ones.
Well,
but to be fair, England have done all right, except for the second game. They've done all right.
They beat
Yeah, done all right.
It's like saying
I know.
it's
I know,
embarrassing.
but-
I'm hearing they're the best team in the world. What a great showing their
No, they're
greatness and
not.
all this kind of thing. They played fucking Iran and Wales. It's a bit like taking them to the local school and them thrashing them and then saying what a great side England are because they've thrashed a school team. It's just
But we did draw with USA as well, by the way.
exactly. That's what I mean. You've only got one game against a semi-decent international side, and I do mean semi-decent because they're not exactly top class,
Yeah.
are they? They've got a good solid basis, but there's only probably 5 or 6 players in that team that's top class. Like, you know what I mean? That's good enough. I mean,
Yeah.
They're not top.
You've got to look at
No,
other
I'm
teams as
exaggerating.
well who haven't been doing
exaggerating.
well.
Hmm?
You've got to look at other teams who haven't been doing well as well. Argentina got beat in the first game against Japan.
Yeah,
No,
There are going to be shocks. There are going to be shocks in World Cups. That happens. And
well, yeah, because England's won against Wales and thrashed Iran. That's a shock. There's a couple of shocks there. Drawing with the USA wasn't a shock. Let's face it, under Southgate is what always happens with England. They play anyone semi-decent and they fail to win. I'm not sure.
To be fair, I'm not. They should have dropped Kane for the second game, maybe the third game as well, because he's either not fit or he's badly out of form. Because he is.
He's
Yeah,
got an injury.
and
Why
he-
the hell was he playing from the first game? I mean, it's stupidity.
I don't know. I don't know why he wasn't rested for the later rounds, knowing that they were going to get through anyway. They could have put the lad from Newcastle on, and he would have done just the same job as what Harry Kane's doing, because Harry just doesn't look fit. As you say, he's carrying an injury, and he's a bit out of form, I think. He's had a couple of assists, of course, but he's not showing what he can do, that's for certain.
Yeah, I mean, but luckily, obviously now Marcus Rashford's now the greatest player in the world because he scored against
Yeah.
Wales. Now, yeah, because Wales is such a great side. I mean,
Yeah.
they've got they're relying on 2 players who can't pay, who are barely fit enough to make it to the local shop and back.
Yeah, I don't know, yeah. Yeah, they were awful, to be honest with you, Wales. Very disappointed with them. I expected them to be a little bit better than what they've done, but obviously I was wrong. And, the quality just isn't there for the Wales team. As with a few others, by the way, who were there. And they're not doing themselves giving themselves any credit at all. They tried. Don't get me wrong, they tried, but the lack of quality is outstanding in quite a few of the lower teams.
Yeah, well, on Wales, we did tell you they're not any good, and we did tell you USA are a better team.
Yeah, you did, yeah, and I was wrong on all the answers
And
there.
we Chris and I, we made some of the worst shots throughout this whole World Cup. But that was the one shot that has actually come true.
Yeah,
because we both of us made a tit of ourselves.
Yeah.
yeah, we
And
went.
Vlad hasn't played yet, has he? You're all looking forward to Vlahovic.
Yeah, he did.
Dusan Vlahovic.
Came on in the last.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we need to talk
Yeah.
about him
It's
anyway.
not without
later.
controversy.
Yeah. So anyway, we start. We'll stick with England because
Yeah.
there's a lot more to talk about with England. I think we should stick with that. They got Senegal in the next one. Round.
Yeah.
Obviously, Holland and Senegal got through, while Ecuador and Qatar went out. Group A. Group B, England and USA got through. Iran, Wales out. C, Argentina, Poland got through. Mexico and Saudi out. And France and Aussies are through as well, and Tunisia and Denmark are out from Group D.
Yeah.
Obviously, the others
That
haven't
surprised me.
finished yet. But so far, we got England v Senegal, Holland v USA,
Yeah.
Argentina versus Australia, and France versus Poland, with Brazil and Portugal also through. So, some interesting
Yeah.
matchups there. Do you fancy
Yeah,
England's
there is.
chances?
I think they'll beat Senegal. And what I've seen of them, they haven't been much. And African teams are very good in that type of scenario. They're very fit and they're very robust, and they'll always give you the game, the bigger African sides. But no, they're not good enough to knock England out. I'd be very surprised if they knocked England out. Couple of good players, but not enough to trouble England, I would say. And there was even talk about Senegal to breach some rules or something, and they could be getting thrown out anyway, I heard, on the news.
Really? What's that?
Yeah. I'm not sure what it was, but it's been all over
I've not heard that.
the papers. Yeah, that Senegal have broke some rules. I don't know, ineligible player or whatever it is. But there was talk about them being sanctioned.
Not heard
Yeah.
on that. Do you know anything about that, Seamus?
No, this is the first time hearing of it. And I'm just gonna do a quick search. Let's see what it is.
I just think without Mane, then there's not much left there for Senegal, to be honest.
No, there isn't. No.
I know they're ranked
They have got.
highly, but
It's just a gay though. He's been one of their best players. They've got games out one, but he's still. That says everything about Senegal, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And I should say, Mane's the talisman. They haven't got him, so I don't think they're a match for England. Even a poor England run by Gareth Southgate, I think should be too strong for them.
Should beat them, yeah. You'd expect it to be a win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, he's looking up that.
Oh,
anyway.
it's bloody nothing. It's bloody nothing.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because apparently, I'm not saying it's nothing. I'm just saying it's not. Surely it's not enough to throw a team out of the competition, because apparently it's mandatory for a team to have a press conference before the match.
All right.
With both the coach and one of the players from the squad.
Yep.
And apparently before the third match, there was no player from Senegal that took part in the press conference. The coach alone took part in there. Surely it's not right. They might get fined.
They might be getting sanctioned.
Yeah, they might get some kind of
fine,
fine, but surely they're not going to get thrown out of the competition.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, it's just mind games from the English media. They're already scared shitless.
Well,
Yeah, probably.
I'd be scared if Southgate was my manager.
And Maguire was the centre back.
Hey, exactly. This is the thing. As soon as they have to come out and play England, they'll get destroyed. Because they can't hold a high line with Maguire at the back. He's shit.
No, he's very good. He's very good. No, he's very good. He's doing very good. I hope he continues getting better reviews.
But to be fair, besides Brazil and the French, I don't think there's many other top teams who you'd say I wouldn't want to draw them.
Portugal?
The likes of...
How have they been?
No, I don't think so, honestly. I don't think they had an easy ride. And I don't think they're up to that much.
So are you talking that you're an Englishman talking about somebody getting an easy ride?
England
and Wales are possibly the two worst teams in there. Only Qatar could argue. You could argue they were worse.
Yeah, Uruguay, come on. Uruguay, they've already played Uruguay, Portugal. England have played Iran and Wales. They played one half decent, not even a good, half decent USA side, and we're lucky to actually not lose the game. From what I've read. Come on.
Yeah, but Uruguay, with that clown up front, the big stupid clown. He's done
Which one?
absolutely
Which one, Billy?
Oh, come on.
Darwin
Vic.
Nunes
Nunes
on
is
the
a good
ground.
player.
Well, you might think so. I don't think he is. I think he's the next Andy Carroll. But besides that, I'm still like Uruguay
Bollocks.
as
He
I've
doesn't play
seen.
anything like Andy Carroll. It's the most ridiculous comparison ever made.
And
His
I'm sure
style of play
Nunez
is-
doesn't go out.
Yeah, he doesn't
In my
drink
comparison,
heavily. He
he's
doesn't play
big.
anything like him.
He's tall.
So he
He
looks,
has
well,
long
he looks
hair.
a little bit like him. You know, he's got a similar
he has long
hairstyle and
hair.
height. That's it.
And he's got the touch of
As-
one of the worst touches I've
sorry.
ever seen in football.
Well, if you think that's what Andy Carroll's got, then you don't know anything about Andy Carroll, because for all he was shit, he did not have a bad touch. So there's no comparison at all. Carroll was slow. Nunes is anything but slow. He's the fastest player in the Premier League.
He's not actually.
He is.
That
He's
was-
been
that-
clocked at the fastest
No,
player in the
that-
Premier League.
that's- He's actually not.
He is.
There's
Well,
an Everton player
according to
who's
the
quicker than him.
No.
They've done it. And I've seen the results of the fastest. And do you know who's the fastest?
Yeah,
Anthony
Nunes.
Gordon. No, Anthony Gordon's the fastest.
No
Only fall into the ground.
No, honestly, he's the fastest. It's been proven.
No
that he's
chance
the
is
fastest.
Anthony Gordon fastest player in the league. No chance.
No,
I'm not
it's
sure
not-
Darwin
it's not
Nunes,
true.
but no
It's
chance.
Not true. Nunes got the top. It's been all over the Premier League website for starters. It's been on
come on,
Opta's
Chris, come on.
website.
Come on, don't try to just bend the stats into your favor. He might have been clocked at the fastest top speed. I don't think he's even the fastest player in the Liverpool squad. That's by the by. I don't think we're talking about Premier League right now. Let's get back to World Cup.
Yeah, but he's playing in the World Cup, and he's definitely quick.
He is quite quick.
Very quick.
But that's it. That's all he's got, quick.
No, he's not. He's got great finish on him. It's when he doesn't take his time and has to think about it, he just hits it. He's got a very good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a
yeah.
very good instinctive finisher.
Yeah.
That is one thing
Instinctive,
I've noticed.
Yeah,
Nice, I'll give him
But when he
instinctive.
has time, when he has time to look up, decide, and everything, then he's gonna fluff it up.
lots
I
of
think
players
it's
are like
very
that.
fun to
Marcus
watch.
Rashford's another one of those. That's what
But
Marcus.
to be honest with you, I expected better from Uruguay. I'd heard some good things about them, and they were very disappointing.
Yeah,
Very
but
disappointing,
They're going to
Uruguay.
be. They're still picking Cavani and Suarez. You know,
Suarez.
so you can't
Yeah.
expect them to be any good.
Yeah, but they
They're
rotated.
955 each. They're as
No,
old
they're
as
actually
you.
70 years. No, they're actually 70 years in total. If you add
Yeah,
the
exactly.
it's 70.
Yeah,
They're
I can see that.
70.
And Suarez's knees have been gone for like 5 years. So
Yeah, but I did still, even though they're a very small country, they don't same size as Manchester, the country, population.
yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
But they have produced some really good players in the
Won 2
past.
World Cups as well.
Yeah. But I expected them to be a little bit better than what they were. I thought they were quite poor. I watched their 2 games, and they were very poor. Very poor.
Yeah, they still have a few good players, to be honest.
Yeah, and the Dutch disappointed me as well. I don't think they're up so much. And also, Belgium are an absolute disgrace for the players they had. Whether that's another Gareth Southgate in Martinez.
Well, we know he's shit. Don't we? Just ask Everton.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
are you going to mention the Kevin De Bruyne thing now, Seamus? I know you wanted to get that in.
Oh, before that, we have to give a shout out to Cody Gakpo.
Oh yeah. Everyone
He's on
sees-
fire.
Yeah.
Scoring goals.
No, I just wanted to say Cody Gakpo.
You
That's
just like
it.
saying it, don't you?
Yeah.
Just like to show off that you know how to say it. Ready for when he signs for Chelsea.
I don't care who he is, sir. I've never seen him play. I only know he's very tall for a winger.
On the wing, apparently he's really good. But I've never seen him play on wing. Every time I see him, he's up front and he's crap. So I don't know whether he's quick and he's tall. But
Yeah, it's
I've seen-
goals.
he's not been good when I've watched him in league football.
I've not seen a single goal. I've not seen him.
Sorry, you're breaking up, mate.
Yeah, you're breaking up there, T.
I've not seen him play in the World Cup like. Not watched
He's done okay, actually.
the World Cup.
He's been their
A
probably
few
best
goals he
player.
scored.
Yeah, he's been their best player.
It's the shit internet company. Short yourself out. How is Van Dijk?
It broke
Are
up.
you still there, Deeps?
How is Van Dijk was all we got? I don't know. Shall I?
And that is the question. How is Van Dijk fared?
Oh, how has Van Dijk fared? Yeah, good question. How's he been playing, Bill?
Really intrigued. Yeah, because I'm really intrigued. Because if he's not been playing well, then it's gonna be a massive issue for Liverpool.
Yeah, well,
Because there was a chance. There was a chance that he was saving himself for the World Cup because this was going to be his first World
actually,
Cup.
this. Where is it?
Go on, just.
I need to find the link. Hang on, I need to find the link. Because the interesting thing came out from the, the CIES Football Observatory. And they analysed the minutes that players have played going into the World Cup, which nation had played the most in average. And Portugal came top, the most in average. But in terms of outfield minutes in 2022, top was Virgil van Dijk. Not one outfield player had played anything like, had played as many minutes as him. 5,160 in 2022.
Alright. Maybe he's tired then.
Well, maybe that's... All joking aside.
Oh, maybe he's just...
Because
maybe he's just declining.
Yeah, possibly. Portugal have got the highest average. Brazil second. Mexico third. Germany, who are struggling, fourth. I mean, Brazil never played as well as they could do either. In fact, none of the top few. Croatia, Holland, England, France, Korea Republics, Argentina, Spain before you get... So. Yeah, Qatar have played the least and they were shite, so...
Yeah,
But they hadn't played a single... None of their players have been playing club football, have they?
Yeah, Qatar are only in the World Cup because they're hosting the World Cup. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
What a bizarre thing, though, to take the entire thing out and not play club football and then not arrange hundreds. They should have just been playing hundreds of matches, shouldn't they? But they didn't.
Yeah, they could just
really
be playing
bizarre.
Nepal. They could be playing Nepal every week.
Yeah, or
and I'm not even joking. Not even joking.
No, I mean that's what they should have done. They should have found all the international teams that they could possibly play, and they should have been arranging to play them game after game after game just to get the team put together.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
You
They
would
just
think
spent all
so.
their time in training camps. But yeah, anyway, I thought it was interesting because the least on, the most on Brazil side was Alisson Becker, but the least was Fred. I thought it was quite interesting. Portugal, the most is João Cancelo, and the least is João Felix.
Cancelo, I thought Bruno has played more.
No, Cancelo. And he's played. But you play some Man City.
They must be very neck and neck.
I don't know. It doesn't give any who's second. It's like Germany.
Because Bruno doesn't. Bruno doesn't get injured, and he very rarely gets substituted.
Yeah. Yeah, but Cancelo tends to play everywhere, so he's very rarely.
Yeah, obviously he's the first left back and the first choice right back.
Yeah, he's the first choice left back, right back, central midfielder, or whatever you got. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. The least on England was Callum Wilson, and the most was Harry Kane.
All right. Harry looks a bit shot to me, I'll be honest.
Yeah, well, he's injured, like I said, he's carrying injury because Rodri's the most on Spain. It's interesting, and the most on Belgium is Toby Alderweireld. He's 945 years old and he's playing a lot of minutes. How bizarre!
I did tell you about Germany though being poor. I think they've been very poor what I've seen of them. They were lucky to get a draw with Spain last couple of minutes, and they got beat by Korea, was it? South Korea?
Japan.
Oh, Japan who beat them. Sorry, Japan. Yeah.
Yeah, South Korea.
It was Korea who beat. They beat Argentina though, didn't they? South Korea.
Did you see
One of them
that?
did, anyway.
Saudi Arabia. It's Saudi Arabia that beat Argentina.
Oh, sorry, Saudi, yeah, sorry, my bad, yeah.
Did you see the after South Korea, like they lost to lost their chance
Cameroon.
to go through against, was it Cameroon?
They
or
lost to
Ghana?
Cameroon. Yeah,
Oh, was
Cameroon.
it Cameroon? Ah, yeah. Anyway, one of the coaches was trying to take a selfie with the crying Son Heung-min, and all the other coaches are like, his own team, whichever it was, Cameroon, are like pushing him away, like, what the fuck are you doing? They're trying to commiserate with Son, and he's trying to take a selfie with him while he's crying. Talk about embarrassing yourself. They won't even name him. They won't even name him because they're saying they're that ashamed of him.
Yeah. It's lacked a lot of quality for me, the World Cup up to now. I've watched quite a few of the games. Some of them watched the whole game, but I watched highlights sort of. I've watched quite all the England games. But to be honest with you, the quality hasn't been great. Even though there has been a couple of good games, the quality of the actual play hasn't been great for me from any team, barring possibly Brazil, who played well, but they weren't even at the races the last time they played.
Didn't they only play well after Neymar went out injured?
Yeah. He didn't do much, to be honest with you, Neymar.
It's because he needs protection though, isn't it?
Yeah, there's, the manager's come out and the head of the Brazil Football Association saying that he needs more protection. Every time he gets the ball, people foul him, which is an absolute load of nonsense because he usually just dives on the floor for no apparent reason and starts rolling around, if you ask me.
I'll tell you where he could get lots of protection, where he belongs, in jail, the little shit.
Yeah.
Yes, and then he get plenty of protection there. I'm sure the guards will look after him lovely.
Yeah, he's not a good person, as he is there.
Best makes Robinho the gang rapist. I mean, that says it all, really.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
this is why I'm not mad. I'm hoping Brazil don't win it because he's in their team. But you're just gonna look at it and you think, well, they're bound to win it because I don't want them to win it, and they've got what looks to be the best team out there still.
I was very impressed first couple of games with France, and especially Kylian Mbappe, who very good player. We all know he's a great player, but you could see how head and shoulders he was above anyone else on the pitch. The twice he's played,
I keep saying
he's a quality player.
But I think he's fabulous. And Deschamps came out and said what a nice lad he is, and how there's no ego with him and all that. Like I keep saying, there's never been any problems with that lad at all, despite the stories that keep getting circulated. It's ridiculous.
Well, he was put on the bench for the last game. Where he actually got beat 1-0, did he? Or draw 1-0.
They were already through, weren't they?
Yeah, they were already through. And they showed you the bench and he was dropped for Kylian Mbappe. And he was all laughing and joking with his teammates, so it looks as though he's a very popular guy, It kept going to the bench for him, to come on. And he was all smiles and talking and chatting with everyone, and he looked as though he was having a really good time, you know what I mean? Not like you see some of them sitting there with their faces dropped and saying nothing. He looked like to be really enjoying himself, and all power to him.
Yeah.
He's an excellent player.
Is he the fastest player ever to play football? Because he is. You can't argue, you can't tell me that he's not quick. If you're going to tell me Anthony Gordon's faster than him,
he's not Gordon, but he's quite quick.
Oh, neither of you can argue. Come on. Anthony Gordon is not faster than Mbappe, and nor is Darwin is any close to him either. I've never seen a player as fast as him.
No, not me. I have nothing.
He is quick. He is quick.
And it's the way he can keep control of the ball at speed as well. It's insane. He is just top class. the best in the
Yeah.
world. That's why it always makes me laugh when they talk about like Harry Kane being the best in the world.
No,
and stuff
Haaland
like
is
that.
the best in the world.
Or Haaland.
Erling
Yeah.
Haaland is the best in the world.
Well, you know, he's not as good as Robert Lewandowski still, despite Lewandowski being old, but he's not even close to Mbappe. Different level.
Oh, Lewandowski and Erling Haaland.
Different type of
Either.
football, but yeah,
Nobody's
that's
as
what
good
you're
as
saying.
Mbappe, in my opinion. I
That's
think he's a
very
whole
good.
different level.
He is quality, and he could make the difference if France are going to do anything in this World Cup. He's the one that's going to make the difference because the rest of the team aren't that great. So could I dare to say, you know,
Oh,
I think
No, come on. They've
Saliba.
even with so many players missing with injury, they've still got a very good team. It's the manager that's the issue. I've been saying it for 7-8
Yeah,
years.
but you also said
yeah.
Hansi Flick's the greatest manager in the World Cup.
Yeah.
And he's not
Yeah,
proving
Flick.
himself any
Yeah.
good at the moment. So I'm not
You just
sure
wait and watch.
which to
You just wait and watch. Tonight, Germany are gonna backdoor their way into the round of 16, and then they're gonna take the whole tournament by the storm.
Are they?
They're going to do nothing.
Yeah,
You know,
that would be the biggest redemption arc ever. Finally,
I think you've put the
right for
kiss of
once.
death on him, mate. You've killed his career. The moment you said he was a good
Yeah,
one.
come on, maybe. No problem. He can just get sacked by the German FA and then he can come be the sporting director at Man United. With
Yeah.
He's just gonna get a promotion now. Be the sporting director at Man United.
national team, yeah.
I see everyone's talking about Guardiola as well. The Croatian lad. It's quite a few times I've
Just go
heard,
Guardiola.
yeah. There's quite a few people who've talked him up. I was just thinking, just like to point out, I did say he should have won the kid, you know, that whatever the
Yeah, Golden Boy.
golden ball for the kids thing, you know, for the young.
Golden Boy
Yeah.
award.
Yeah, golden boy. That's it. Well done. Good remembering. Good memory even.
That's
Remember.
the only reason I actually get called back here.
Yeah.
To remind you old fans what the actual words are.
Yeah, as old people need reminding, trust me. I'm still recovering from having to lift my glasses up to see something, read something the other day. It made me feel like crying. It's when you know you're getting old. Oh, mine, but I'm thinking blind with my glasses on. Oh, no, as well as up. So you guys don't give up, mightn't you? Any other World Cup stuff to talk about then?
Croatia have looked alright. I know Modric is getting on, but he's still a wonderful player. And they've got a couple of good young players as well, and they'll give most teams a game, Croatia, for me. They've been one of the successes up to now, dare I say. I'll say France, England, they got in the mix. Go on, mate.
Wait half an hour before saying anything too good about
Yeah.
Croatia. You never know, they might get knocked out.
They'll get it. They'll get through, mate. They're in the last 16. Don't worry about that.
But they're 0-0 at the
Oh,
moment.
come on, they're
against
playing
Belgium.
Belgium right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're 0-0. So,
Yeah, they don't have. They only need a draw. don't they?
Belgium sneak a goal.
yeah, they were.
Yeah, but the game isn't finished.
Yeah, it's still 10 minutes to go, mate. Plus all the
Yeah.
injury time and that.
Yeah, 20
Don't
minutes.
worry about Croatia. They'll be in, and Martinez has got with his the golden generation will be going home. Believe me.
And his brown shoes.
Oh, and
Yeah.
he's gonna replace Frank Lampard.
A good
Yeah,
idea.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Couldn't be any weird.
Oh, come on! If Belgium don't make it out of the group, he's gonna get the sack. Oh, for sure, he's gonna get the sack. And once he
Yeah.
gets,
The problem is, Belgium.
and then Everton will be just looking at managers who be available for nothing, and Bobby Martinez is gonna be the guy.
You think so? Yeah, there's no.
No, I don't think so. Because do you know why? Because I don't think Belgium
I
can
hope.
afford.
I don't hope so.
I don't know whether his contract's up or not. If his contract's up, they might get rid of him. But the only reason he's in the job in the first place is because he's all they can afford. He was cheap, and they don't have any money. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, of course, we need to talk about Serbia, don't we? Because as our celebrity gossip man, Seamus.
Yeah.
You need to keep us up on what's going on in Serbia. Why are they having to come out? Why is Vlahovic having to come out and make denials?
No, the whole thing is just because of the podcast curse. I vaguely remember a certain somebody saying Vlahovic is gonna win the Golden Boot.
I can't.
I don't know who, but I think that guy. Yeah,
Billy.
that guy.
Was it Billy?
No,
It wasn't me.
me.
It wasn't me.
it wasn't even me.
Billy.
No, it wasn't me. It was you, Tris. I'm pretty
Was it?
sure it was you because
Oh,
I
shit.
went for Rafa Leao.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm sure it's you. Come on. Yeah, I know. I cursed him. Told you I'm a jinx. That's why I don't do predictions. Since I made the prediction, he's
that
not
is
moved
building on the.
Yeah, it is.
He
He got dropped for the second game, didn't he?
No, he's injured, mate.
Oh, was he injured? All
Yeah,
right.
he's just coming back from an injury to play, so.
All right.
Yeah,
And I was hoping
And now
Fancy
he's-
would be
that's
Spain. And he hasn't made an appearance yet, has he, Fatty?
Christ, the other one I talked about. There we go. That's what I. Yeah, I may as well just stop tipping anyway.
That's what I did tell you. I did tell you that he may never. I did tell you he might not get on the field too much.
Yeah. You
Yeah, but
say that.
maybe in the latter stages. Maybe in the latter
Yeah,
stages
they're
he
being
might.
careful with his fitness,
Yes.
but I'd still have expected him to play, even if only like a few minutes. Okay?
Yeah,
Game,
he's-
like, just to get him on the pitch, get his fitness up.
Yeah. They've done all right. Spain up to now, through with Germany and whitewashed someone 7-1.
Costa
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Yeah, but that's
They were
like saying
poor, by
they
the
beat
way.
Wales. It's hardly saying, you know.
Yeah, I know.
So obviously, if you're England, that makes you the best team in the world. When you're Spain, it's just what you expect to do.
Yeah, of course.
No, they just did that just to prove our point wrong. When me and Deeps both said that they'd struggled to score goals because we couldn't see who'd scored them for them.
They were my fancy from the start, by the way, Spain. They were who I fancied for the World Cup.
Yeah.
But I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but I did say to them, they'd
Well,
win
they
the World
haven't
Cup.
won it yet, mate, so I wouldn't blow your trumpet
just,
yet.
no, they've got a better chance than a few teams that I can mention.
Well, yeah, Qatar, South Korea,
Wales.
yeah, Iran, Ecuador, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, Tunisia, Denmark. Yeah,
Denmark.
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 Bitter disappointment.
They didn't even look
Yeah.
like they wanted to play.
No, they were being awful. So turgid. And I watched them because I like Ericsson and I like the way they usually play. And I thought they'd give teams a game, and I was wrong there. They never even looked like winning a game, to be honest with you.
No, they were
No.
very poor by all accounts.
Yeah, very poor, Trish, yeah. But it might get interesting in the last 16 when it's not overkill. You know, too many games in there, 4 a day and all that. But once the last 16, and especially the last 8, you know, you might get better standards and better games, hopefully. Because I don't think it's been great.
I'm surprised. I always thought it was 3 a day, but maybe I'm getting it mixed up.
But this is 4 a day. And when it goes to the USA and Canada and Mexico for the next World Cup, there's going to be 48 teams in there.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be even more overkill. And that's another one I'm not really looking forward to be honest with you. Too many games in one thing. You know, we had the pandemic and teams were playing it was like football was on every single day, one, maybe two games. That was too much, and this is overkill again. I think it spoils it, I really do.
I don't mind it at times, but yeah, you can get too much, even of a good thing like football.
Yeah, of course you can, yeah. That's why I say make it a lot more interesting for me when the last 16, the last 8, and especially the last 4, last 2. But maybe, it'll come alive then, because I don't think it's been great up to now. But, we all love football and we all love watching it, so you're hoping for good things, aren't you? So hopefully we'll get that in the last 16, last 8. Come on, Spain.
Who's been the best player till now?
Best player?
Yeah.
Best
Is it
player.
actually Bruno?
No, he's awful. Come on, he's not a real player. He's Bruno Fernandes.
I'm sure he's awful.
Said that he.
Oh, you've gone off. Where's that? Have you two both gone offline, or is it just...
No.
Oh,
He's
Billy?
gone off. Yeah. Maybe someone vandalized his house because he said Bruno is awful.
I don't know. Or maybe he's just forgot I switched it off or something. His headphones, his batteries died or something. Oh.
No, he's gone off.
Oh, God. This is the problem. You say never work with kids and animals, but they forget to mention old people as well. Old age.
Yeah, but what about working with 2 old people?
Well, I don't know. You're not that old. Don't put yourself down, mate.
Brilliant. That's just brilliant from you.
Well, just saying, like, it's you're not that old, mate. You're all right. Still young at heart.
I'm young at heart and you guys are...
Sorry, boys, I'm offline there. Sorry about that.
Here he is.
Yeah. Crashed. I don't know what it was.
I've forgotten what you were saying.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the best players in the World Cup up to now, and I think Deeps mentioned Bruno Fernandes.
Hey, I'm just saying, he has 2 goals. No, I think he has 2 goals or 3 goals. He has 2 goals and 2 assists. That's it. I don't know how well he's actually played, but because we're using statistics this week, so I thought that meant he's just the best player now.
I'm trying to think who's been the best player up to now.
It's obviously got to be an England player because they're the best team in the world now. They've beaten Wales.
Oh yeah, it's probably Marcus Rashford actually.
Yeah, exactly.
The best player.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Well, just looking at the stats, Cody Gakpo has 3 goals from 3 attempts. 100% shot accuracy, 100% shot conversion. That's efficient football right there.
Yeah.
But doesn't say a lot for Holland that they've only.
Yeah, exactly. That is what I was thinking. You played 3 games.
Yeah, that means they're likely to struggle.
You're the main attacker. You're the main attacker for the team, and you've only gotten 3 shots.
Yeah, because he won't keep that up throughout the tournament. There's just no way he's going to keep up 100% shot conversion, is there? Just
no.
Nobody does. It's
It's
already
amazing because if you get England, he probably won't have a shot. So it's the steady.
Yeah, but they won't get England. But they won't get England. They won't get England. That's the thing. Maybe in the final.
I'm sorry about the final.
In the final. awful. Christ, if it's a Holland-England final, I think you just may as well give up on football.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Why? Holland are a decent outfit. Come on.
Do you
they're a
think so?
decent Yeah, Louis van Gaal's army.
Yeah. Been awful for
For
me,
all
like,
the talking up, come on, for all the talking up of different teams, different players, at at heart, I'm an ardent Netherlands supporter. So let's go.
They've got some good players, but the managers.
Oh, they've got a very good manager. Come on. For a World Cup, you don't get much better than Louis van Gaal.
Gus Hiddink
He might be
did
boring, but
great.
he's efficient.
Who else? I can think of a few that might disagree.
Hansi Flick.
Well,
Gee,
we'll have to wait and see on that one, mate. But yeah.
Herr Fleck will be up there.
No, but
Any-
come on. I have a very low opinion of Didier Deschamps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I give you Luis Enrique. I give you Luis Enrique above Louis van Gaal. Okay, I give you that.
Yeah.
I would still have Hansi Flick at the top, and then no one else. Who else?
Alice.
I just think Louis van Gaal is as bad as Didier Deschamps in that, except the difference is Didier Deschamps will keep the players on his side, whereas Louis van Gaal will fall out with half of them.
Yeah.
Upset them, and he'll have them run into his instructions without giving them any freedom and that. I'm sorry, I don't think Louis van Gaal's even in. I think he's as bad as Martin.
No, listen. I'm not saying Louis van Gaal is a great manager.
I don't think he's even a good one anymore.
No, but in an international football scenario.
Yeah,
because
I'm talking about international
in the
football.
current day football, no,
Because
in the current
it's all
football
the good
world,
players.
all the good managers, they're all tied up with the big clubs. That's where the money is now.
But all they've got to do now in international football, because it's such a poor, the best thing they can do is keep the players on side, and make them want to play for them. And Louis van Gaal doesn't do that because they hate him. They end up hating him by the end of a tournament.
Yeah, but the tournament hasn't ended. You just wait and watch.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I don't think he's a very good tournament manager anymore. At one time he was a great manager because
yeah, I agree to disagree.
He had a great reputation from club football, but it's because he's got so ridiculously arrogant. He's forgotten what made him a good manager.
That's because he's Dutch.
Yeah, but he's forgotten all
he's
the
Dutch,
stuff
so he's arrogant.
Yeah, that does seem to go hand in hand with Dutch football. It must be said. But yeah, I mean, he's not the manager he once was. He was a very good manager, but I just don't see it anymore.
No.
Oh come on, he's rescued them again. He's rescued Holland again. Holland were down in the dumps after Koeman went to Barcelona. They had Frank de Boer cock up the whole Euro 2020. Did they even qualify for the tournament? I forget, but either they didn't qualify or they shat their bed. He took over.
I don't think they qualified. I think you might be right there. Don't think they qualified.
Yeah, he took over from De Boer, and then this Dutch team is on paper very. I would say they're very poor. They've got 2 or 3 very good players. The rest, they're either players that are getting on a bit or players that are just breaking through.
When Davy Klassen is your looking forward, you're struggling, aren't you? Let's be honest about it.
But they're a small nation. Like they're not they're not a big nation.
Very good. Van Gaal has done very good getting this team actually to qualify to the World Cup.
I'm not sure it did. It was so easy. I mean, Wales got through, for fuck's sake. So, it's not exactly difficult to qualify from Europe.
Oh, you go and tell that to Roberto Mancini.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that just shows how shite Italy are. And they beat England for the Euros. That just shows just how bad they are, because they are terrible.
No, it just shows how reliant they actually were on Federico Chiesa. He got injured and then come on. There's nowhere to be seen.
They only have a couple of good players. Belgium out.
Yeah, Belgium are out. Congratulations to Everton supporters. You're gonna get a new manager now.
So Belgium are out, and so Morocco and Croatia go through. Well, that's a bit of a
Morocco
surprise.
top the group. That is the news. Morocco top the group. That is the news.
No, they don't.
Yeah, absolutely
Yeah,
it
they do.
is.
Do they? Do they?
Yeah,
top the
because
group?
they beat.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
they
they've
beat
got. Yeah, no, I
Canada.
was just. Sorry, I was
They
just
just
checking.
beat Canada.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, got it.
So it's likely gonna be Portugal
Yeah,
against Morocco.
I was looking at the table before the game. Sorry, it hasn't updated. That's why I was saying. I've just scrolled down, noticed they've only played 2 in the table. That's why Croatia are above them. Wow. So Morocco get an easier round. Should get an easier match next time then.
Yeah, they've got. Who did he play? Portugal.
No.
Cristiano.
Another mistake. Another mistake from me. They're gonna
Go.
play.
Oh, I thought they
team that
played Portugal.
They'll play
No.
runners up of group.
From Group E.
Oh,
E.
right.
So it's gonna be Spain, either Spain, Japan, Germany,
Or
whoever
Costa Rica.
qualifies.
Yeah, one of them. Any of them can be second. Any of them, and any
Could
one.
be first.
No, only Spain, Japan, or Costa Rica can win it. Any of them can come second though.
Yeah, could be Germany.
The best Germany can do is come second. Well,
Yeah.
the goal, unless they win by 17 goals or something.
No, but even then, Japan would have a better head-to-head than
Oh, yeah.
Germany.
No, it doesn't.
So Germany cannot go beyond second.
Yeah, I know that Germany can't go above second.
Oh, they're gonna get lucky. No, they're gonna get lucky. They're gonna finish second. They're gonna beat Morocco. They're gonna win the fucking tournament now.
Yeah, that's how the Germans
No
do it.
chance.
That's very Germanic, that is.
Yeah, just like Argentina. Argentina won and then fucking Australia beat Denmark to the post.
Oh, Australia are abysmal as well. I mean, even the Aussies I know, like, are saying how bad Australia are and how bad their football is and that. I know some of them were even saying, beginning to wish they'd gone out because it's embarrassing how bad they are. And they've got through.
Yeah, they've done well though to get through. You know, a little football nation as a football nation. They've done all right. Happy with them. Happy for Rob that they've got through.
Yeah, this is the worst Australia side I've seen in the World Cup. I've not seen many World Cups, but this is the comfortably the worst one, and yet this is the one that's probably gonna go the furthest.
yeah.
It happens like that sometimes, don't it?
Yeah, cool. He could hardly name 3 players from Australia. Before any could at least name them.
Don't know, because if you know the lower leagues in England, you probably know a few of them. Because they're lower league teams. People like Aaron Moy and that, he's at Celtic Reserve now.
Yeah, but before you would get a few players playing in the bottom half of Premier League.
Yeah.
Now you don't even get that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that. Is there any in the Prem? That's all.
I don't know
because Matt Ryan moved on. Matt Ryan was the only one and he got moved on.
Yeah,
from Brighton.
Shit. Yeah, he was Arsenal wasn't he?
Yeah, that is why Rob doesn't like Robert Sanchez. Because
because he took his place. Yeah, he took Aussie's place. Yeah, now it all comes clear, doesn't it?
Yeah, it only took us 2 years to figure that out, but finally.
I wouldn't have even thought about it till you said, but now you said it, it's like, oh yeah, of course. Of course is it, yeah. So anyway, should we move on from the World Cup? I think we've talked enough about it, haven't we?
Yeah, okay.
I don't know how long we've done on it, but it feels like we've been talking about it a lot. Especially as like me and Deeps haven't even watched any, so nearly an hour on something we haven't actually watched much of. But,
yeah, who says you should actually know something about
before we talk about it? We don't need that. We've got statistics now, you don't need it. That's all you need.
Yeah, you just need internet, a microphone, and a few people who are gullible enough to listen to you.
Yeah, and Billy to talk shite.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let me argue with him about about his views, even though he's the only one that's actually bloody watched any of
Yeah.
I've just gone through this Australia squad. Nobody plays for a Premier League side. I think the highest ranked team I can spot here is what's this? Cadiz. I think they
Cadiz?
play top flight football. Yeah, they might.
I think
And
they are, yeah. I think they're in the league at the moment. They're up and down. They're a yo-yo side at best. Usually second
yeah,
tier.
and the other team that might be, but I'm pretty sure don't actually play top flight football in one of the Europe's top big five league is Brescia. I don't think they play Sharia this season, so
Yeah,
just
I think
one
they
player
got
from
relegated,
top
didn't they,
five
last
leagues.
year? Yeah. They are Australia. You don't really expect much from them. No, that's not
No?
true.
Yeah, but this
Isn't
side
there a
actually
point? Wait.
got through.
Oh, top five league. Sorry.
Yeah, top five league.
Yeah.
I'm not an idiot.
That's gonna
Oh,
say-
there's Rustic. There's Ardin Rustic who plays for Verona. That might be
yeah, Hellas Verona.
Hellas
are the top
Verona,
flight,
yeah.
aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. So two players who play in the top flight of the top five leagues, and this one
Who does
actually
that
is
Lecky play for? Who does Lecky play for? Steeps. He scored a good goal yesterday.
Melbourne City. He used to play for Ingolstadt, if I remember correctly,
All right.
once upon a time.
I'm sure he played in the English leagues for a while, didn't he, Matthew Leckie?
I'm not sure
He's
who he plays for.
31 now.
Mhm.
I'm looking through. I'm just.
He took his goal very well yesterday. Took his goal very well.
Anyway, we'll move on. We'll
Yeah, go on.
I think we'll save the biggest story for last, and I think next we'll go on to Scotland. And
Wait.
Edinburgh.
I have to jump in. Chris is wrong. Matthew Leckie has not played in England.
I thought he played for QPR.
No,
Is
his
he never on
career.
the books?
Yeah, never on the books of any English side.
Wow.
All right.
I sworn he was. Wow. I could have sworn he did. Maybe they were just linked with him and that's stuck in my head. I don't know, but I could have sworn. Yeah, I could have sworn. Oh well.
You must be getting mixed up with someone else.
Yeah, you see so many players these days. It's difficult to keep them all.
Right, so what are we moving on to?
I think
Scotland.
heading ban. Yeah.
Yeah, won't work.
Do you not think it'll work?
No, it's the game's got to be totally changed if you have. I know they're stopping headers from the day before the games, aren't they? And it's the day after.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be
And
honest with you,
they're not allowed to train anything that involves repetitive heading. They're not allowed to do training drills that involve repetitive heading more than once a week.
right. Do you think that's to the detriment of the game? It's always been part of it. The heading's been. I can see why the Jeff Astle thing and all that. So, you know, I can see that there's a problem by repeated heading.
Well,
But it's like saying boxers can't hit to the head anymore. You know, it just doesn't work in practice. You know.
I'm just going to say, so Glasgow University produced a study on it, and they found that
Right.
footballers, those who are professional footballers, are 5 times more likely to have brain problems later in life than anyone, people normal, the rest of people, you know what I mean, the control group. So
What you're not taking into consideration
Well,
is that
I was
not
gonna
many of them are going to fucking start with.
Yeah, that's true. But the problem is that you're comparing it with boxing. I don't think you can compare the two because the problem in boxing is they went the wrong way and they've increased the number of blows people are taking to the head by making them wear gloves, and the more padding actually makes it worse. And someday somebody's going to actually realise how much worse that makes it and how stupid the idea is that they keep they keep doing this. It's a ridiculous idea. I don't know why they do it that way.
But to be honest with you, where's it going to go? This not heading in before a game and after a game, the day before and the day after. Are they going to try and ultimately stop heading the ball? Is that what they're after?
I don't know. I think they. I've got to say, I think it's something you've got to do minimise it as much as possible. But if you remove it from training and then they're doing it in the game only, then I think that's about the best you can do. That's all you can really do, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, I like the sentiment of it, but I don't think it works in practice. You know, a lot of good centre forwards, are really good in the air. Centre halves are always, got to be good in the air to play, and you've got to practice things. And is it going to be to the detriment of the game? Is it going to kill the game? I don't know.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to decide on that. I'm still unsure. I mean, playing football on the floor is what a lot of people like. You know what I mean? They're passing around, but there's nothing wrong with a good crossing head. So I don't want it completely ruled out, but
no.
But yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. It could destroy the game, or it could improve it.
I can't say it's improve it, because the whole point of a contact sport like football is it's so diverse. There's headers, there's tackles. You're taking all that out. You've already took the tackles out, basically. You're not allowed to tackle much now without getting penalised. And if it comes down to heading then, and they stop, they try and play it without headers, which looks like might be the ultimate goal. The game's gone. It's finished.
Well, they've already removed tackling pretty much.
Yeah. But it just doesn't work for me, Chess, I'll be honest with you. I can see why.
Getting soft. It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I do think you've got to be careful that, if it's. By the same token, you obviously don't want to cause people, but then people box and they know the risks, so they still choose to box. So.
Yeah, well, same as football, they know the risk of heading now, don't they? It's out there.
That's the thing, is what we've got to do is educate people on the risks so they can make a choice.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I love that.
That's the first thing. That's the first thing, and then if people decide they don't want to take the risk, like in Formula 1, the drivers at one time they just get on with it. Then they started to get educated. They started to see people dying all around them all the time, and the drivers themselves force change.
Yeah.
And I think that's how it's got to be with football. It's got to be up to the footballers to decide whether they want to take the risk or not.
Yeah. Well, them safety bars they introduced a couple of years back to Formula 1 have saved quite a few lives, haven't they? And that was a great thing, but I don't think it's going to work in football with heading. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't think you can add a safety bar to the head, mate. I think that would be a little difficult.
Yeah, I think it would, yeah. No, you know what I'm saying, though? They've introduced it themselves.
Yeah, but what I mean is, you've got to go with what the players. If the players are saying, "Well, we're not keen,"
yeah,
then.
But do you think it's going to come to the point where players are going to have to sign a prenup when they play for a club, that if there's any damage to the head through football, that it's no fault of the club, because it's going to be a big suing match, isn't it? I think so, anyway.
Could be. Could well be. You might be
It'd
right.
be part of the contract. Part of the contract is that if you suffer in future any brain damage, that they're not responsible, because that's all it is. Where there's a claim, there's blame with the claim, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably the route it'll have to go down eventually. But unless the players say we want some kind of change, whether that's in training or in terms of they're having to wear helmets. I mean, why? I don't see why they can't wear the helmets like Petr Cech
Yeah, like
used to
the
wear,
keeper.
things like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, things like that maybe. I know Raul Jimenez didn't get on with his, but not being funny, he's been awful since he came back anyway, even without it. So when he took it
Yeah.
off, he's been no better. So yeah, it's a tough one. I do think you've got to say it's up to the players though, because it's them who are taking the risk.
Yeah. Yeah. Very much so, Chris, yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think, Seamus?
I was thinking maybe players could use helmets in training if they don't want to use it in game.
Yeah, there's another thing. You could use it in training, but then you want to keep it as similar to the game as possible, don't you? So.
Yeah. Does it lessen, does wearing a helmet like a Petr Cech helmet, does that lessen the impact of a ball that you're heading?
Yeah, but the
Yeah,
problem
it's supposed to be effective.
the problem
helmet.
is that, like I was saying with boxing, it's repeated blows is the issue, and in boxing, obviously in football, that's not going to make you head the ball more because you're wearing a helmet. So that's not so much of a problem. In boxing, it's a problem because you're taking more blows before you're getting knocked out. So it actually made things worse.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah. If any, whereas in football, I can see it being a good thing. So yeah, I mean, it's surely it's an advantage, isn't it?
Yeah, I just wouldn't like it to go down the route of no overhead height, which is, the only way to stop people heading the ball is to have no overhead height, and that game's finished.
That's the thing that's worrying me is you don't want it to end up like five-a-side football. You still need the option of being able to put it in the air, don't you?
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah. Look at Liverpool now, the way they play.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, it's interesting. Sometimes it's really good.
Yeah, of course it is.
A good cross at pace for a player to dive onto. It's a great thing to watch. It can be a thing of beauty sometimes.
Well, if there is no heading, then I don't. What's his name? Calvert-Lewin has much use.
No,
I'm not even trying to be funny or
What's
anything.
heading got to do with anything in that respect?
Yeah. He's always got the catwalk.
You could have just left it at Calvert-Lewin hasn't got much use and you're done with it, mate. You didn't need to add anything like heading or anything like that.
No, but I'm not trying to be funny or anything. Like, genuinely, if heading is, let's say, ruled out of the game tomorrow, then there's not much use for Calvert-Lewin.
No, he isn't, no.
No,
he's a very good header, but also him being a very good header means he's always a threat.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to lose that from his game, like.
Yeah, sometimes the threat is more dangerous than the execution.
Yeah, true, because they have to make a plan for it.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, we'll move on. So we're not sure about what they should do, but I think it's the first step anyway. You've got to do something. And they've
identified it as a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, they know now that it's an issue. The players now have got to decide for themselves, I think. But anyway, we'll move on. So next one is Wigan Athletic. Kolo Touré, I'm sure you remember him. His new manager of Wigan Athletic. For me, the big question is, does he still tell his mistresses that he's a successful car salesman? Do you remember that?
I haven't heard that. No, I don't remember that.
Oh,
no.
Mate, this is the funniest thing ever. He had a side beard, like, and they were going for months. He was having an affair with this bit on the side, and he was telling he was a successful car salesman of all things. I mean, like.
All right. Yeah, not a footballer.
No. He could have up in an apartment and everything. Like when he was at Arsenal, this was. And he had it. She's obviously not a football fan, but he had it. And she's got all sorts of pictures of him together. She didn't even know he was married. She thought he was jetting all over the world to sell cars. I mean, how thick must she be, though? Let's be honest. She must be a proper bimbo to fall for that, or she's just pretending she did. I mean,
Yeah.
but of all the things to tell him,
And how do you think he'll do it, Wigan, Chris? He's a good football man, I think.
Yeah, but he's been working under Brendan Rodgers for a while, so I'm a bit worried of what he's learned. I'm not sure. He's at Wigan, lower league. It's a good place to start. Good luck to him.
Yeah,
He always comes across as a nice lad, like.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's very amiable.
Obviously not the brightest.
No, but good luck to him, and it'll be another black manager coming in, which we all want to see a bit more of. And I wish him good luck. He comes across, as you say, as a nice guy. I think Wigan's a good place to start for any manager, and I wish him all the best, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's certainly be interesting to see how he gets on in Wigan, because they're a side they've got I mean, they're not like a big club or anything at all, like, so
No?
really they're a lower league side, so they're not they're not. I know they were in the Prem for a while, but they were punching well above their weight. So.
Weren't they just, yeah?
Yeah. See how they get on. Will be interesting.
Another ex-Martinez club.
Oh yeah, yeah. He relegated them though, didn't he? He did try with Everton, but he got sacked before he could finish the job.
Unsuccessfully.
Yeah. He got sacked too early, bastards. Anyway, so the next one, so Pep Guardiola's just signed a new contract with Man City, as we know. We covered it last time out. Obviously, you weren't here then, Phil, but we covered it last time. But just afterwards, he's talking about, just a few days ago, he's talking about returning to Barcelona, and if they need him, he would. When he's always previously said he'd never go back. So
Yeah.
is that like basically saying, like, if Xavi carries on being, if Xavi has to go because he can't win in Europe, or do you think this is just a kind of like, I'm not, the chance isn't going to come up because he thinks Xavi's going to keep the job, so he's just saying it to sound good?
Maybe. Have things changed that much at Barcelona that it might be more attractive for him now to be back at Barcelona than what it would have before all the changes there?
I don't know, they're a bit financially fucked, aren't they? So
yeah.
They're properly foobarred, so I wouldn't have thought, you'd want to go back, if anything. What do you think, Seamus? You've been very quiet, which is unlike you. Worrying. He's probably abusing someone on Twitter.
No, I never abuse people on Twitter. That's for Elon Musk to do.
I was going to say that's Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Now. He's even bought the fucking company so he can make sure nobody can ban him.
What do you think about Pep?
I've said it before. I'm very underwhelmed with the whole scenario at Barcelona right now. I'm yet to be convinced that Xavi is actually a good manager.
Yeah, that's a fair comment.
Are they still top of La Liga?
Yeah, they are, but that's not why this bet the future on.
Yeah, they needed to do well in Europe. They needed the money.
Yeah. If Xavi was actually not a club legend, club icon, and he was just some random guy, let's say Tata Martino that they had beforehand, or let's say an Unai Emery that they just brought in, surely he would have been booted out after the embarrassment in Europe.
Yeah.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah, he's luck. I don't know whether it's luck, but it's fortunate that he's Xavi, the club legend, that he's been afforded more time. And no wonder Pep Guardiola, as long as he's in management, he's gonna get linked to Barcelona.
Yeah. Yeah, legendary status there anyway.
Yeah, because he's the modern great. Not only is he a legend there, but he's also one of the top two managers in the world at least.
Mm.
It doesn't matter what we think of him, what we think of his spending habits at the clubs he's been at or whatever, but he gets things done. That's it.
He wins things. I mean, his
Yeah,
record
and
at Barcelona is incredible, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, like I consider his time at Bayern Munich to ultimately be a failure, but still, not many managers have been as successful as him.
No.
Certainly not at Barcelona. Nobody's been as successful at Barcelona as him, have they? So.
Yeah, because he had unreplicable success there.
Yeah, I mean, it was insane what he won.
Yeah, he dominated almost every competition when he was at Barcelona. So
Yeah, he even managed to win the Champions League there.
twice. And don't ask me why I remember twice.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna ask, but I'm sure it involves beating the Manchester United in one of the finals.
Not just one.
Yeah, was it both? Oh shit!
Yeah.
I forgot it was both. I remember one. Oh, I forgot.
No, both 2009 and 11, both it was us.
Oh, they were a good side though. Well, obviously plenty of money, but like still got to produce a good side out of it. Like,
Of course, you have, yeah.
No, it's easy. It's easy to get a good 15, 20 players when you get to spend billions of pounds, but still, it's hard to get them to all to work with each other, unite, pull in same
yeah,
direction. It's not that easy either. You have to
yeah.
be able to manage them.
His problem, as we know, is the reason why he's not clearly the best is because he has a problem where he tries to be clever.
Yeah,
If he
he's
can
too
pull off
clever
a
for his own
yeah,
detriment.
yeah, he's always trying to do something that he doesn't need to do. If he just put his team out to play the way he gets them to play every single game, he'd win more of the games that the games that he throws away. But yeah, anyway, so that's that's an interesting possibility. I'm not sure if Barcelona could afford to buy him out of his contract unless there's something in it that says a return to Barcelona is allowed, if you see what I mean, on a free or something. I mean, that's always a possibility. Does happen. I mean, that's what Rangers, Rangers fans are claiming happened to Michael Beale, that he had a clause to allow him to go back to Rangers on the cheap. I'm sure it wasn't just because QPR wanted rid of him because he turned out to be shite.
Yeah.
Right.
What's next, Chris?
So the thing next.
Yeah, the biggest news in football.
Yeah,
That's what's next.
Has to be the Juve thing now. Because they've been investigated for a while over finances, right? They've been accused of false accounting and dodgy dealings, basically over revenues from player registration rights. They've been doing things like producing receipts of transactions that never happened and things like that. Basically, it's what's been going on at quite a few clubs, but Juve have been the one that were under investigation by the police. The rest are being investigated by the FIGC, the Italian FA. So there's quite a few more that are going to come up with this, to be honest. But the big news is the whole board have quit over it, which they're saying that the club haven't got a case to answer and the club's done nothing wrong. But you don't get a bigger admission of guilt than a lot of you resigning that I can think of. I mean, this is basically there's 10 people: the president Andrea Agnelli, the vice president Pavel Nedved, one of the administrators Lawrence Debreu, the 6 independent directors: Massimo Della Ragione, Catherine Fink, Daniela Maranungo, Francesco Roncaglio, Giorgio Tacchio, Susan Hayward, and their managing director Maurizio Arrivabene used to be in charge of Ferrari F1 or Ferrari itself, I can't remember which. And they've already appointed, within hours, they'd already appointed a new president in the shape of Gianluca Ferraro and a new CEO called Maurizio Scanavino. I don't know anything about Scanavino, but Ferraro, interestingly, they've described him as an expert auditor, like as in, well, we need the books looked at, so we better get someone in.
Yeah.
That does seem a bit like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, but their fall from grace has been a bit spectacular, hasn't it? They were Champions League material a few years ago, weren't they? Doing all right as well. And winning the Serie A. Did they win Serie A a couple of years ago?
Didn't they win it like 8 times in a row, and it's only like last 2 years they haven't won it?
Yeah, something like that. And that's what I'm saying. The fall from grace has been spectacular in the word. And you wonder how long the corruption's been going on for. And it's finally chickens are coming home to roost. Because it's obviously been a problem. It's a problem in all football, corruption. But obviously Italian football has suffered from it probably more than most. And yeah, and
Juve have been the worst as well.
Do you feel sorry for them? I don't really. I think it's caught up with them. Just not.
They cheat, Juve, and every time they get caught, punished, and then they just do something else instead. I mean, it was drugs, then it's match fixing, it's leaning on referees to get favourable choice of referees who only make decisions in their favour, and now finances. I mean, it's just again and again and again when it's Juve.
It is, yeah.
No, you can't. It's difficult to have any sympathy for them, and certainly can't have empathy with them because it's a disgrace, and it's been going on for as long as I can remember. Yeah.
There's always been talkings and rumblings about it, and it's in the game. Corruption is in the game. There's no doubt about it. Whether it be really big stuff or little stuff, but Juve seems to be at the forefront of everything that goes wrong, corruption-wise, in football.
Always in Italy, if there's a problem, it's always surrounding Juve.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like them. I've got no time for them whatsoever. And I don't understand why they got so many followers around the world. Because everything they've won is not clean.
No, it's tainted, isn't it? It is tainted.
What do you think?
What do you think, Deeps? Go on. Great minds think alike there, too.
Or fools seldom differ, I think is probably closer to
What more is there to add? You guys have covered almost everything. I'm just gonna say Max Allegri is one lucky guy.
Max Allegri, yeah.
Yeah, because his job was... Yeah, he's still in the job.
Yeah, it was on a shoogly peg for a while, but he seems to be getting away with it, doesn't he?
Yeah. But having said that, it was speculated that the only reason they haven't got rid of him is because they can't actually afford to sack him. The severance package would be too much.
Oh yeah, they're in trouble financially now. Especially having got into trouble doing this, they're in real financial difficulty.
I've never even heard of such thing, like the whole board having to resign.
No, that's the first time I've ever heard of that.
And we've seen Barcelona actually go almost bankrupt just a year ago.
Yeah,
and even then the whole board didn't have to resign.
No, they're a bit different though because they're elected, the president, and then he picks the board. So doesn't he?
All right.
I believe, if I'm correct, I might. So yeah.
But
I don't know how it works.
But Juventus aren't the only team that are under investigation.
No, there's quite a few of them. There's like 7 or 8 teams in the
Serie A.
Oh, I don't know if they're all Serie A because I think one or two might have actually got relegated since since the investigation started. I think there might be like 5 or 6 in Serie A and a couple in Serie B. Is it pronounced Serie B? Like we
I'm
pronounce
on the
it
wiser.
Serie A, but not Serie A. We'd pronounce it Serie A if we would pronounce it in English, wouldn't we? We pronounce it A because it's the Italian way. How do they pronounce Serie B? I wonder. So I don't know why I asked that because it's not really relevant or even interesting. Let's be honest. Sorry, I'm shut up.
And none of us is Italian. Billy is English and I'm Irish, so I don't know how that.
Yeah, it's very pointy.
Yeah, our flags might look a bit similar, but it's not exactly the same.
I thought Billy was Scouse, not English.
No, Billy is
Don't
English.
go for all
You're
that.
Scouse, but not English. The blue half of Liverpool is English. The red half is Scouse.
Welsh. No, the blue half is Welsh. They all come from
Oh,
Wales.
that is why Billy was supporting Wales.
Yeah.
And saying
Yeah.
Wales are gonna do well.
We've got an affiliation with Wales.
Match days, it's all the Thais and the Welsh, isn't it? Because of Changbe.
Yeah.
And the Welsh, for some reason, I don't know why, but that's been their power base of their support, which is why they've got no support, because nobody in Wales actually likes football. Or didn't.
And yours is all Norway. Wales is all Norway. Norwegian and Irish.
And Spain and Indonesia. Egypt now.
Yeah. See, most Scousers are Evertonians, that's the thing. In the city, most of them are Everton supporters. Well, they are, like.
Are they bollocks? What are your kids, Bill?
My 2 lads are both Mad Reds.
So that's out of 3 people, 2 are
No,
red,
but they only
one
do it because they hate me. They only do it because they hate me.
Just so does everyone else. I mean, in my family, it's mostly reds, more reds than blues. The only one member of my mum's siblings that was a blue, she's decided to support Everton because my nan supported Everton, and nobody wanted to be like my nan because she was mad and moany bitter. Bitter not because of football, because she didn't really have any interest in it, but she was never telling. But nobody wanted to follow Everton because they didn't want to be like my nan. Except our Anne felt sorry for them because they kept losing. This is true. This is what she tells you. She'll tell you that herself. That's why she supports Everton. So people only support them because they feel sorry for them.
Now, you're born an Evertonian. That's as simple as that. It's not long as it. Well, 99% are born an Evertonian. You're not made, you're born an Evertonian.
I'm not sure that's true of any team. I've shown you the pictures of the little ones here.
No, yeah.
Yeah, they weren't born Liverpool supporters, but they damn sure are now, whether they like it or not. Yeah, they might not even know what football is, but they'll still be Reds.
That's forced upon them, man.
It's right. I didn't have a choice when I was a kid either. Did you? Really?
Yeah, I did have a chat. I did have my 2 brothers are both Reds.
See, there we go. See your 2 brothers. So there's 3 brothers.
Me and my sister are Blues.
So you've just admitted it. Are you 3 brothers, 2 of them? So that's 2-1 to Liverpool. We'll just ignore your sister for the sake of winning the argument.
You can't do that these days. Alright. Have we got anything else to discuss?
When it suits the figures,
Yeah.
That's how it's done with stats, isn't it? You just ignore the ones that don't suit.
Absolutely.
Oh, Chris, you've just edited too many of Sappy's posts.
Yeah.
You just start to sound like him now.
Oh God, don't. Yeah, I don't like stats. I'm just taking the piss, But yeah, that's very true. Shappy does. That's how Shappy works, isn't it? Bless him. People do use stats like that though all the time. To be fair, it's not just him. That is the way they use them, and I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so anything else? Anything else either of you two want to talk about?
No, that's not football related, no.
Oh, you got something to tell us, Bill?
only England's batting performance today.
Oh bloody hell!
Oh, God.
I just looked at the scorecard. Oh, Baza ball is amazing. What the hell was up with the pitch? Surely it must be one of the worst ones.
Oh God, here we go.
I'd rather, honestly, Billy, I'd rather see 15 wickets fall in a day than to see 500 runs.
Yeah, let's agree with you there. I think it'd be a balance, but Trish doesn't like cricket, so I think that's out of it.
Billy, we can
Carry on, I'll just
Billy, we can carry on talking. Chris has the control on his PC. He can end the stream whenever he wants.
Yeah, at least you're happy carrying on. And anyone that's listening knows now we've finished the football, so they're at liberty to turn off at any point they want because we're not going back to footy. They're talking about cricket, so you two can carry on talking about cricket now, and we're just.
Yeah, it's only the first day yet.
I'll tell you what has actually happened. I'll tell you what has actually happened. Because this is World Cup season, the very few viewers, listeners we do get, they were only tuning in for World Cup. Once they heard the mention of Scotland, they already switched off.
It could be right.
Yeah.
Do we get viewers now?
What, mate?
Do we get viewers now?
No, yeah.
You get one viewer.
Yeah, but he hasn't even been on. Even Stephen hasn't been on today.
No, I was referring to myself, but yeah, okay, whatever.
I don't count you, Seamus, because you're on the pod as well. It doesn't count. Listening to you, that's just a bit sad.
If there's nothing else, boys, I'm gonna go and have my early tea for me.
What have we got tonight, Bill?
It's what's it called? Pork something.
You're going to pork something? Is that how you pay the missus for the food?
Pork escallop, that's it, a pork escallop.
Fucking hell, where did this come from, eh? What's this all about? You're getting a bit posh in your old age, ain't you, Bill?
Yeah, well, I get looked after now, see, because I haven't got long left, so there you go.
Yeah.
She thinks I haven't anyway.
She hopes you haven't, is what you're saying.
Yeah, she wants me to see where I've hid my money.
Yeah. Oh, she's going to be so disappointed, bless her.
Isn't she just? Yeah.
When she finds out you're hidden behind the bar.
Right, I'm off then, boys. Thanks very much. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Tris. And I'll see you next Thursday. We'll be celebrating England going through.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Well,
okay, thanks very much, boys.
Bye, mate. Take care.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Bye. Take care, Billy. See you next Thursday.
Ta-ra, boys.
See you next Thursday. Oh, shit.
Yeah, and see you next Thursday to everyone that's listening. I think that's a wrap.
Yep, that's it. Thank you, anyone that's listened. And we'll speak to you again soon, next week.
Hopefully.
When England will have continued winning the World Cup, obviously. 'Cause that's what they do now, apparently.